Hello. Welcome to the tranquil, beautiful part of Franklin Park, known as the golf course. There are people already out there. 8:02. So many people. I love it. So I've got these two still, obviously. It'd be so weird. Like, I've been saying that for years, right? Like, I bring dogs over to my house and I'm like, still got this trio. Like, as if, like, a dog is just going to magically appear, or, like, one is just going to be lost and I'm just going to be like, well, Gianna ran away, so back to normal. but, we're having a nice one. Switched away from Dashboard Confessional, just so everybody knows. I am now on to Portugal the Man. Which, oh man, I haven't really listened to Portugal the Man in a long time. I used to be so into these guys, and I was laughing, like, so I'm listening to their album Colors, which I think is just a fantastic album, right? And I was just laughing at myself because when this album came out, I was like 18 or 19, somewhere around there. I was living in Orlando when it came out, so like 12, 13 years ago. And they went on like a release tour for this album, which was like their first like real big hit, and they came to this amazing, smallish, medium-sized-ish venue. It's kind of like the Sinclair, if you've been to the Sinclair, like that kind of same, like, jazzy atmosphere where like you're right up against somebody, or like the musicians. And I got there super early because like I'm one of those paranoid people that are like, ugh, I gotta be in line. It's like there's only a couple hundred people that could fit into this. Like, you're obviously getting in, you have a ticket, right? So, but they pull up in front of the venue, and this guy pops out, and like, they start unloading their shit, and we're just standing there, and he's like, this guy comes over and he's like, hey man, like, are you here for a show? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, it doesn't start for like 5 hours. And I was like, I know. And I mean, like, it was like super sunny. It was the middle of the summer in Orlando. It was like 100 billion degrees. And he's like, do you want to like help us unload our shit and then just like come in and like have a couple of drinks before the show so you're not like out in the heat? And I was like, I would love that. So I got to chat with all these guys. Come to find out that the guy who talked to me, Zach, the keyboardist, went to school with one of my good friends, Sean, who also lived in Orlando and was coming to the show later that evening. And then Sean shows up, and he just like walks over to Zach and is like, hey Zach, what's going on? And like they hit it off, and then I had no idea until that point. And then Zach was like, because I was with Sean, and Zach was like, wait, do you know Sean? And I was like, I do. And Sean was like, wait, how do you know Jeff? It was so ridiculous and amazing. And then I remember telling him that the album Colors that they had just put out was like our generation's Abbey Road. Like, so ridiculous, right? Only in a supremely drug-addled brain, which mine was, would you ever think that something was somebody's generation's Abbey Road. So it was pretty fantastic. And then after that, they were staying, because they didn't have a lot of money, so they were staying at another, like, a friend of mine, Sean and I's house, and we just had like a pool party, and they were there. There's like 100 people. It was crazy. It was an amazing party. We all went to bed at like 5 a.m. and then they had to leave at like 10 to get to Miami to play a show down in Miami. Oh man, it was ludicrous. The music scene in Orlando is pumping, by the way. There's a lot of like regional. There's a really big music school down there called Full Sail, and a lot of people graduate and then don't do anything. So a lot of them just end up working at Disney or like Universal doing like sound design or like something like that. So there's like a plethora of regional musical talent in Florida, but it's really hard to like bust out of like the regional like southeast music bubble unless you go to like Atlanta. And then Atlanta's really hard to break into, and like who wants to live in fucking like Atlanta? I mean, or people already don't want to live in Orlando. So it's quite the conundrum, but a lot of fun. Oh man, what a ridiculous time in life, right? I was just like eating LSD every day, going to fucking shows. Who fucking cares? Like, right? Oh man, insane. Man, college dropout. Oh, man. But you know what? 2009 Jeff can suck it because I fucking graduated this week. 12 years later. But, man, did I have fun. So, alright, well, now that apparently I'm in a sharing mood, so I'll leave it there before I overshare. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, bye.